Ukraine's acting SBU chief, Yevgeny Kamara, stepped in front of the cameras and said, "This work will continue until Russia ceases its aggression." He wasn't talking about a skirmish. He wasn't talking about a single strike. He was talking about a systematic, precision campaign to make Crimea, Vladimir Putin's crown jewel, his unsinkable aircraft carrier, militarily impossible to hold. And the evidence on the ground suggests he means every word. Because right now, in April and May of 2026, something historic is unfolding in the Black Sea. Not with tank columns, not with dramatic frontline charges, but with drones, darkness, and devastatingly precise strikes that are dismantling Russia's Crimea fortress, bolt by bolt. And the world, distracted by other headlines, is barely noticing. 12 years, tens of billions spent, S-400 batteries, MiG-31 interceptors, radar grids stretching across every kilometer of Black Sea sky. Putin called Crimea his unsinkable aircraft carrier, the Iron Crown of Russian naval supremacy. Tonight, that crown is on fire, and no one in Moscow can explain why. On the night of April 26th, SBU Alpha Unit drones struck the Russian Black Sea Fleet's naval base in Sevastopol and the Belbek military airfield simultaneously. In a single night, 3 warships were hit: the Yamal, the Filchenkov, and the reconnaissance ship Ivan Kurs, along with the Lukamka Naval Training Center, Air Defense Radio Intelligence Headquarters, and a MiG-31 fighter jet destroyed on the Belbek tarmac. Days later, a P-18 radar station near Yevpatoria was gone. Then the naval traffic control point near Sevastopol. Then more. Always more. Radar, communications, aircraft, warships, fuel. All stripped away in waves of precision that feel less like attacks and more like surgery. Methodical, relentless, aimed at one outcome: making Crimea militarily indefensible. Ukraine is not attacking Crimea randomly. It is disassembling the occupation layer by layer, the way you dismantle a machine, not demolish a building. Every target chosen is a nerve. Every strike severs one more connection between Russia and the peninsula it claims as its eternal soul. The April 30th strike on the Kerch Bridge guard boats was not an isolated event. It was the latest chapter in a campaign of strategic starvation months in the making. On the night of April 30th, Ukraine's Navy struck the FSB patrol boat Sobol and the anti-sabotage craft Grachanok, the 2 vessels specifically assigned to protect the Kerch Bridge. The Grachanok's entire purpose was detecting Ukrainian underwater drones. The warhead of a Magura V-5 naval drone weighs 300 kilograms. After an impact like that, little remains. The sentinels of the bridge are gone. The bridge itself now stands naked, exposed, and strategically terrified. Before that, Russia's last railway ferry in the Kerch Strait, the Slavyanin, used to transport fuel, weapons, and ammunition into Crimea, was destroyed by drone in early April. The Feodosia oil terminal, the peninsula's primary fuel hub for occupation forces, was struck in coordinated overnight operations, black smoke rising so thick it was visible from kilometers away. Consider the cascade. No fuel, vehicles stop. No railway ferry, ammunition can't arrive at scale. No guard boats, the bridge lies exposed. No radar, threats go undetected. No working MiG-31s, air cover collapses. The Kerch Bridge itself, already compromised by previous strikes, is now too dangerous for reliable heavy military logistics. Russia's southern supply chain is not under pressure. It is under execution. By early 2026, Ukraine's drone capabilities had driven the Russian fleet entirely from open waters. A retired Ukrainian naval captain described what remained in Sevastopol as practically nothing. Only old junk and damaged ships. Russia's 240-year naval dynasty in Crimea, born under Catherine the Great, mythologized through the Crimean War, celebrated across a century of Soviet propaganda, has been reduced to rubble and rust by a country that had virtually no navy when this war began. That is not a military footnote. That is one of the most stunning reversals in modern warfare history. Here is the brutal arithmetic Russia cannot escape. Between April 5th and 7th alone, Ukraine destroyed the Feodosia oil terminal and multiple Russian air defense systems, Buk, Tor, and a Zoopark 1M counter-battery radar. On April 14th, 3 more radar stations fell, including the critical long-range Nebo U complex in Feodosia. Each destroyed radar is a blind spot. Each burned depot is a countdown clock. Each sunken ship is irreplaceable. Because under the Montreux Convention, Russia cannot move reinforcements from its Baltic or northern fleets through the Turkish Straits. Whatever is lost in the Black Sea stays lost. Forever. Russian military command is reportedly weighing the removal of Black Sea Fleet Chief Sergei Pinchuk after repeated failures to stop Ukrainian naval drone attacks. Fuel prices across Russian-annexed Crimea are rising sharply, alarming both residents and businesses. These are not the signs of an occupation consolidating power. These are the symptoms of a garrison beginning to feel the walls close in and running out of options to push back. The world keeps waiting for the cinematic moment, the tank column, the flag raised over Sevastopol harbor. But that is not how this ends. Ukraine learned long ago that the most lethal warfare doesn't announce itself. It moves like water, finding every crack, filling every weakness, eroding every foundation until nothing is left to stand on. The clock is running, not in the dramatic sense of imminent assault, but in the cold logistical sense of an occupation losing its physical ability to survive. Crimea is not falling in a single day. It is being made untenable. Degree by degree, strike by strike, depot by depot, radar by radar, until the day comes when holding it costs more than Russia can bear. This is a story about drones the size of jet skis defeating the Black Sea fleet of a nuclear superpower. About radar stations going dark one by one. About fuel depots burning through the night. About guard boats sinking silently before dawn in the very strait they were built to protect. The final push has already begun. You just have to know where to look.